Good morning, you lovely ladies.
It's like Christmas, this, isn't it?
I love it.
Who would you want in your chorus?
You said sorry, and I was going to say something.
Sorry, I'm just going to carry on.
I was like, brilliant. Okay, I'll keep that point to
Go
myself.
I'm 36 or 37, but look 21.
I don't know if I'm allowed to say that, but there we go. I don't know why I'm not allowed to. I am.
Needed to take the elephant in the room and make it into a fucking safari park.
ना ताकि मेरी आवाज निकल रही है और अगर उसने जवाब नहीं दिया तो मेरी शामत आ जाएगी.
It's the laugh.
Do we say anything? And in the end, you were like, I ain't saying nothing. And we were like, let's just leave it.
I've never been so happy that Rosebush is dead.
I'm just a bit scared. Spuds is the one I'm scared of. That's all. Where they've got free events where women can go and talk anything about domestic violence or endometriosis or PMDD. Like, she's just recently got engaged, hasn't she? So congratulations.
Like, it was such a out-of-body experience.
Grab on to the horns of life and ride that bitch to the end.
Ooh, well, that was a good therapy session. Like,
Yeah.
maybe spice on. Hello and welcome to Becoming Lucy with me, Hannah.
And me, Lucy. So 6 months ago, we had no idea if anyone would even be listening to this podcast.
Yes, and in that time, we've had people message us saying episodes have hit them deep, made them feel inspired, or helped them look at something differently in their own life.
Yep, we've even had people write in messages telling us they've been to the doctors, they've sought help for anything from addiction, for all those little lumps and bumps there as well.
Yep, and we've had guests get emotional during recordings and tell us afterwards that it felt like therapy and they didn't realise how much they'd actually been holding in.
Most important, we've obviously had messages of people saying they felt seen in conversations they didn't even realise they needed to hear.
Yep, so this isn't going to be a recap episode.
It's more about what 6 months of real conversations has taught us, especially me and Hannah, about people, about confidence, trauma, identity, healing with humour, and that true connection, and especially more about ourselves.
Yeah, and before we do move on, I do want to wish us both a happy 6-month birthday for the Becoming Lucy podcast. Half a year old.
I know, woo! I feel like we should have had like party poppers or something.
But yeah, definitely didn't think when we started this 6 months later would be celebrating half a year and still continuing. So yeah,
I think that it's gone so quick. It feels like we've been doing it forever. For every week we're logging on, but also where the hell is 6 months go?
Yeah.
As well. Like we started this, like we didn't have a clue what we were doing. Like
Still
how
don't.
yeah. But then again, we've hit 53 countries. I don't know how. I just press a button and it's gone out there. I don't know if they could understand us. Saying that though, I shared a clip to you the other day, didn't I? Feel like I need to find that actually, of us talking. Was it Hindu?
Oh yeah, where they'd like dubbed us so they could understand what we were saying.
Yeah, and it was
which is just mad in
absolutely
itself.
Hilarious. I think it's
whilst you're
yeah.
finding that though, just off what you said about it's gone so fast, but it also feels like forever. That is just the perfect description. I feel like this has been 3 years of my life, but equally, I'm like, no, it's only been 6 months. But there's so much that goes into it, isn't there? There's so much that we talk about and prep and figure out and conversate about and try and improve, and it's just constant. And we say a lot that like literally I talk to you more than I talk to Rob. It's crazy because obviously we give a shit and we want to make sure it's like as good as it can be for us being amateurs and still not knowing what we're doing. But it does feel like it's been a long time, but the best time as well. Like we do our own podcast. That's just wild.
I know, we have learned a lot, and I feel like I've learned so much on the tech side and even just like the social media side. There's so much to frigging know.
Yeah.
But I have found the video of the Hindu.
मुझे लग क्या मैं मर गया हूँ? मुझे ये पक्का करना था कि मेरी आवाज निकल रही है और अगर उसने जवाब नहीं दिया तो मेरी शामत आ जाएगी।
It's the laugh.
और उसने कहा घबराने की बात नहीं है, लेकिन अंग खोने की संभावना है।
It is
Well,
so
yes.
wild to hear us though in that language, and obviously knowing that in 53 countries, not every country needs to translate us. In a big bulk of those 53 countries, we're getting, changed into the local language, and
I know.
obviously on that one, that's what we sound like. And then the laugh just sounds so like canned, doesn't it? Like you can tell it's us in the laughter, but the actual voices, it's like
It's
mad.
It's literally when you like watch a film, isn't it? When it's like subtitles on
Yeah.
like Netflix or something.
And
And
we-
the
that's us.
voices they pick for you.
We've made it. But like on that with the 53 countries, like another thing that we're just so, it's mad to think that like people have trusted us with their stories, their truth, some of the hardest parts of their lives. And they've come to us, or we've asked them and they've graciously accepted. And we've had people just DM us and say, I don't know you, but I've listened to you. I'd be happy to share. Like, we're so grateful that that is happening, because like we've said so many times, without the guests, we wouldn't have a podcast. So we're just truly grateful. So the 53 countries coupled with our amazing guests sort of trusting us, like it's wild, isn't it?
Yeah, and I think on that, I was actually supposed to put that post out today, and then I got distracted by citizens' advice, and then I had a little nap this afternoon, and I got distracted again. So if anyone
What a
has
life.
got any
What a life.
stories they want to share, because I think a lot of our guests as well, they come when we spoke to them, and they're like, "Oh, I don't know if this is like couldn't like," and people overthink things,
Yeah.
and they've been some of the most powerful episodes and like feedback on what we've heard, and it's like, wow, do you know what I mean? So I think
yeah.
anybody, if you think, just get in touch if you fancy
Yeah.
a good chin wag and a good therapy session.
Yeah, and we're so open to anything, because what we've learned like throughout this sort of process is that the stories that people are sharing with us, we're learning, we're being educated, we're getting to understand more of sort of various conditions or diagnoses, if that's even a word, or like traumatic situations that people have been through, and we're sort of so privileged to be able to sit there and just ask questions, never knowing how they're going to land. By the way, we never know how a guest is going to take our questioning. We're always obviously we try to be sensitive, and we try to be respectful, and we always do a little check-in at the end, don't we? We're always like, was that okay for you if we said something that we shouldn't have? And we're so lucky because every single guest has gone, God, that was great, I enjoyed that was fab. And me and you just sat there going, how have we like pulled this off? Like,
I know. And it's a great feeling, isn't it? And
Yeah.
like I say, sharing also the milestones, because to our listeners, we do have some voice notes from our guests, which we haven't listened to yet. So God knows what's going to come out of their mouths. But again, sharing those milestones with the guests, like, and even ourselves, like, remember when we first hit our first 1,000 downloads just after being live a month?
Yeah.
And obviously, naturally, things do slow down. I was like to you the other day, like, why are we not on 6,000 now? But
And
like,
I have to remember us to celebrate our little wins, like,
Yeah.
because there 1,000 downloads after a month for like me and you just like sitting and talking and talking to these fantastic guests, incredible.
Yeah, and that's just the ones on audio.
Yeah.
I don't even know about YouTube because Lucy's not very good at maths anyway, so she doesn't really confuse herself with that. But like I say, when we start a podcast, we don't we just think, oh, it might be a few mates listening, people
Yeah.
might support. Like we all when you start something, you like to think people jump on board and go, oh, I'll give them a download. But as that carries on, obviously you've got to keep people listening and go from that.
And that, I think that's probably like the thing that maybe people don't recognize or realize, which they shouldn't. Not it's not an expectation, but when like our friends are talking to us about it, and I'm explaining how I'm sandwiching it in my working week, and then obviously juggling it with parenthood and relationship and social life and all this malarkey, plus working and all the stuff that we do behind the scenes, like the messaging and the voice notes and the ideas and this, that and the other. Like, it's like, whew, it is not an easy feat to sit and record, and it may seem like it, and it may be like, oh, you know, turn up and press record. It's not like that at all. And because we care so much and we're so passionate about it, we want to do a good job, and we're really constantly trying to improve ourselves and think about what we can do to make an episode better. And then for you, Luce, obviously there's another level in terms of the tech side of it, and with your situation with your leg and your foot, it's given you this purpose, hasn't it? And having that time in the week to be able to do the editing and the social media and stuff, like, it's amazing, because we need that push, and we need to keep pushing and annoying people. And I'm sorry that we're constantly sharing stories and we're saying becoming Lucy this, becoming Lucy that, but yeah, we're going to continue, right?
Oh yeah, because it is exciting. I know it's not all about social media, but I remember like when Richie's like first one on TikTok, and like we haven't got a massive following on anything really, but do you know what I mean, compared to people, but in our little bubble. But like when it first hit like 10k, we're like, wow, this is mental. We've only got like 400 followers and it's on 10k. And people are like arguing on the comments, and I can't, like, do you supposed to like comment on these?
We were like, do we say anything? And in the end you were like, I ain't saying nothing, and we were like, let's just leave it. Let's just leave it. But like, yeah, that was such a moment for us, wasn't it? Because we're not doing it for stats, and we're not doing it for, you know,
it's just getting recognised though, like, okay, we've done an all right job here, like that's actually caused, you know, a conversation. And then we had Amy's clip, which just like, that was just wild for us, wasn't it? Like hitting 40, then 50, like, should we aim for 80?
We were giving us
and then it was 100, and then it's like on, I think it's on 200 and something
202
now.
or 212
or something like that, I think. And
on
that's all organically as well, do you know what I mean? And then Liz's episode, that's like boomed.
And I think, like, just going back to sort of the feeling that we were having around Amy's, we did the episode, and I think that is the first episode as well that I cried. Pretty sure that's the first one, because all the other episodes, which I felt really deeply about and emotional at times when they were talking to us about their situations, it was Amy's I remember crying on, or at least getting a bit tearful and thinking, wow, this is like hitting. And then when we saw like it doing so well and people resonating and people sharing their experiences, like we've got so many comments on it, it was like, wow, this is crazy. And then we were sort of like in our WhatsApp groups and like telling the girls and all our friends and whatnot to like push it and share it, because we wanted to continue that momentum, and we were so excited, and we were so pleased for Amy that like her story was getting out there to like multiple people, and we've still got her on our social media, and it's so lovely to see how she's doing. We have
got a message from her later on as
well.
I'm
excited to hear Amy's. But yeah, and I think we were really excited, weren't we? We were like, wow, this feels incredible. And it was just more getting it out there and people noticing it. And then Liz has started to do a similar thing, and her subject
on TikTok
matter
and Instagram as well.
Like, and suicide is such.
And we're still getting comments and likes every day still on Liz's. Like, it's still like
we
growing.
Get the notifications, don't we?
Yeah.
And Liz obviously shared some lovely feedback with us recently, saying that she can move on. Like, she feels like she can move on with her life after sharing her story.
And we do have a little voice note from Liz as well.
Excellent.
I'm so excited to do that. I've been listening to Claire's, because Claire was like, just make sure I'm on the right path. I'm like, yes, that's fine. So the rest, I'm just a bit scared. Spuds is the one I'm scared of. That's all.
I'm buzzing to hear about them. But I mean, let's also just reflect and be like, just because an episode or a reel or a short or whatever didn't get the likes, and I'm doing that in inverted commas, absolutely does not mean that it's not resonated. And even if it's with one person and that person's gone to get themselves checked, like with Tink when we were talking about breast cancer, you know, and then we shared that thing about Liverpool having those hubs where you can go in and get checked. And if it's just resonated or got one person to go and get themselves checked, and we talk a lot about medical issues, don't we, in lots of episodes.
Yeah, and we got like more. I know I shared one about, again, like PMDD yesterday in our story, which is a free talk that people can download. There's been obviously a lot around my area, I'll say our area, my area, like Cheshire, for anyone who's living in that area, where they've got free events where women can go and talk anything about domestic violence or endometriosis or PMDD. Like, people are reaching out to us to share those now. So please
Yeah.
do look at our stories if it's something that you want to go along to, because I feel like Danielle, again, we got a message from her later. She's like, why don't we have these things down in Kent? Like, I could have learned so much more, because obviously she had the
Yeah. Ectopic.
yeah, as
Yeah.
well. So there's just so much. And again, I had people reaching out from Australia, like, I had that. Do you know
Yeah.
what I mean?
And
Like, it's all like
it's that
we got-
connection, isn't
yeah.
it? And that's what we set out to do, though. Like, our kind of aim is that real talk, real people, real stories, and to know that it's actually reaching people and the message is landing how we want it to be because of our fantastic guests. It's just such an amazing feeling. And we always say as well, like, we didn't realise until actually we went to watch the podcast show with Jordan North,
And
obviously.
William Hanson, don't forget him. He'll be
And not
like-
William Hanson, yes. But I feel like I've forgotten the podcast.
Help I sex my boss.
That's it. I was like,
Yeah.
something to do with sex. But when we went and we had some drinks beforehand after we got lost, and we eventually arrived in a bar, and we were obviously just like reflecting on the pod and stuff and talking about it, and we just both realised we didn't kind of understand how much like therapy it kind of was for us as well, because when we're talking to our guests and we're talking about the subject matter, it might not be that we've experienced the subject matter, but it's the emotions and the feelings that go with it. And if they're talking about how they felt, we sometimes can resonate, and you have this organic conversation, and then you talk about how you're feeling, and that links into something else. And at the end of it, genuinely, I'm always like, oh, well, that was a good therapy session. Like,
Yeah.
so we're actually benefiting from it from an emotional and mental health point of view as well, which I never expected when we started this. Like, that didn't even enter my mind that I'd be giving myself free therapy lessons or therapy sessions, alongside you and our guests, which I'm so
Yeah.
grateful for.
Oh yeah, because like when we did Claire's, and Claire even said it in the episode, like, Lucy, if I spoke to you like 5 years before and just open these conversations up with your circles, you know, with your friends at home, you can save all this like overthinking and not like it's not, the word is not embarrassment, but you know, like that whole kind of stigma that you put on yourself just by opening up and going, yeah, I've been through that, or no, I agree with you. And like, even just going to like the modern day dating and unraveling my issues. Like, we had someone write in and say, I'm absolutely in tears in this episode. Now, I thought it was genuine like laughter tears, and like, no, I just realised how much trauma I have put myself through with modern day dating. Even though I found the perfect man now, I'm due to get married. Like, this is why I'm still in therapy, and your episode has just highlighted that. And I'm like, Jesus, and there's just so much in education. Like, going back to Amy's episode, it's only when I was editing it that I was like, hang on, have I heard this right? Why didn't I hear it right in the episode? That there's no termination. I thought every like abortion termination was the same amount of weeks, but it's different for Down syndrome. How have I only just learned this at like 37 years old? That like, and like that was just gobsmacked. And the amount of stories that came back off Amy's, like, how people have been treated, and you know, like back in the day, as they say, back in the day, like my mum's era, you know, people were just coming out with stories left, right, and centre, and like again on the socials and stuff, it's just like boom. But I think again, to know that you're not on your own, it's just and that's just us on our little pod.
Exactly. And I think that like what we have done as well, and I think we've done it more since we've done more episodes and learned and grown, is we're more vulnerable. Like, I think I would never have shared about my brother, you know, with my dad telling me what they said to him when he was 6 months old. And you know, I shared that, and you know, there's bits of
like
our
the
own
miscarriage
life
as well.
that,
Like,
you
and
know,
I was like,
that,
do I say something? I'm like, you know what? No, I'm gonna be with Claire here and just come out with it.
Exactly that. It's like relating to our guests, and it might not be the exact same situation, but again, it's those emotions, those feelings, and actually, there's so much more in common that you have with people than you realise. And I think that's been really good, especially with guests that we don't know, to kind of bond on that level. And I think we create a safe space, which is why we're able to allow our guests that space to be vulnerable, and they're willing, they're coming on our podcast to share, but they're always so grateful with kind of how they feel the conversation has gone. You know, we've had so many of our guests as well saying they've been on a few podcasts before, but they've never been on one like with us before, and they've never been on
Like
one
Mooney
like
said
ours.
that, didn't he?
Yeah,
Like,
our
he was like
questioning.
really. He's like, how have
Yeah,
we been on for an hour and a half? And again, shout out to Mooney. Like, I think his like on YouTube alone is like, what is it, 3,100K? I'm not really good with
Instagram
numbers.
as well. Like, and I think that's, you know, when we talk about celebrating, it's those little moments that we need to sort of sit back and go, okay, like we want to keep going with this, and we want to learn, we want to improve, and we want people to be telling us maybe, you know, different things that we could try, or we just kind of do it ourselves, don't we? We kind of go, right, what should we do today, or how should we do this, and what should we do for this post? And it's exciting to learn as well.
Yeah, and it's also exciting to see how our guests evolve. Like I say, we have got a few voice notes, but obviously we just mentioned Mooney and we've mentioned a lot of women, but we've had your Rob, we've had Rob from, you know, going into Bobby Pins, and it's so exciting for anyone who's following him through his journey now. Like, he's done about 3 or 4 shows off the back of that since he's come on the podcast. We've had Daryl, do you know what I mean, with his
business
crazy story,
adventures.
and then obviously Richie with the veterans, and like he's going obviously into his media. He's got like, you know, film awards he's getting now, and like, and this has even just happened from when they come on the pod, so it's not just the women's stories, it's the men, and hopefully you know.
And I will say, like, Daryl's in particular, like, has been one of those ones that's like stuck with me, and I'm not too sure whether it's the parenthood side of me, where I'm thinking of him and his sisters as kids, and that really, I mean, I was crying on that one as well. You know, that I think he was so brave to share. And then, you know, it wasn't over, he was groomed, then he was in a domestic violence relationship. It was just like, wow. And then to be sat talking to us, the most loveliest man, settled now with his like new wife, and they're having a baby, and he's got his business, and like, I'm just like, you know, and you just feel like so happy for someone. I'm just like, and even going right back like to Jess, when we were talking about then like the men and the women and how they've overcome their trauma. Like, Jess obviously was our first episode, so we'll always hold a little special place in our heart.
Like Jess Clutterbug, just for anyone who's getting confused with the addiction and alcohol and remand.
But like, what a story for us to start with, you know. And we're so grateful for Jess, and like, she's got an amazing business as well that she's built up, and rightly so, and we love following her and seeing how she's getting on. I'm just looking at our Apple sort of page for our podcast, which, by the way, still blows my mind that I can like go onto Spotify or go into Apple, and I've got like our podcast there with all the episodes. Like, you know, this is what Happy Place looks like, and we look the same, just not as many episodes, not as many famous people. But like, yeah, like just looking through, we had Becca obviously with all the sort of High Rock stuff, which was an eye opener for me because I don't know anything about High Rocks.
Yeah, and like the Olympics and how they were treated as well when it's such a young age, it was mental.
And also, like, shout out to our friends. You've had friends like that have come on, you know, I've had friends that have come on, you know, Ali, Josh, willingly coming on, being like, do you know what, girls, I'll come on as a guest and I will make an episode with you. And
it was like Jess and Becca, the first ones, like, were literally recorded, and they were all out in the same day, and they're really just people we know. Like, people generally ask, like, where do you find your guests? And it's like, well, a lot of them we know, and like, and people who do listen every week, we always go into how we know our guests. Some have obviously got in touch with us, and it's just,
well, that's my favourite part, I think. And I said that to you at the first time we had someone reach out to us. I'm trying to, it was Jenny, wasn't it, with PMDD? She was the first guest that we didn't know. And we got this message from her, and she said, I really'd like to share my story. I've seen your episodes. This is season 1 as well. So like, it wasn't even like that far in.
She met me at the Wild and Wild.
She met you once, didn't she?
I literally put out about the pod, and then
and then she messaged, and I was like, oh my God. And then we've had like a few that have done that. They've reached out to us. And again, people
Leanne as well, from the Thomas brothers. That was just on their story.
That's how I feel really proud of that, because it's like that sort of reconfirmation that our pod is getting out there and it's reaching people, and the people that are wanting them to come on and share their stories, it's then that circle effect that will reach someone. And when we're
Mm.
getting these DMs from people that we don't know saying that they want to come and share their story on our pod, it honestly makes me so proud. And I'm just like, as if they're choosing us, like they're just, we're just two friends that are just like waffling away. Like it just honestly, it blows my mind. It
I
honestly
know.
blows my mind.
But I think again we don't like we get emails, don't we, as well, of people like you have this guest on. I'm like, I have no idea. It's this like Prince from Algeria or something, you know what I mean? And then we don't know what's fake and not, do we, as well? Like, so again, if we haven't got back to you and you've emailed us, just make sure
email
your
again.
email doesn't look fake.
Yeah, email us again.
Because I'm a bit dodgy, like this doesn't look real.
But like that's the kind of thing we end up sharing in our messages and being like, what do we think about this? Shall we do this? Should we not? And then obviously like we have our own kind of, I don't know, creative opinions as well. So we have to like navigate that as friends and also as like podcast hosts, which we have done really well, I think, the last 6 months. Like to be able to just like have our discussions and be able to come to compromises and be able to like understand each other's points of view and respect our time, like each other's time and what's going on, and look after each other's well-being when we're not feeling that great, all those things going on. And when we've been planning the episodes, we've planned them around obviously like Lucy's surgery, the wedding and things like that, like things in our lives that we're like, right, okay, how can we put the episodes together and make sure we've got the break to make sure you've got that time. And I do think that's a lot to consider as well, and that people probably don't realise that all the logistics and the admin that goes into it.
Oh yeah, because like even Riverside Chaos, this is the system that we use to film it, by the way. Like today I couldn't even get on. We've had sound issues last week. There was loads of echoing. Hopefully for those of you listening to it, haven't really noticed, because I then had to learn what was going on. Amy being upside down, sideways. We've had bits that we've had to take out of episodes. Which we can't talk about.
That we're not able to put out at all.
Guest cancelling last minute, prep stress, and I think we've learned a lot just about not to stress like these small things as well. Like if it was the echo issue back on season 1, I would have been tearing out, and I was like, you know what, it's one episode. Sod it. Like, you know what, I learned, and then I figured it out. Took me about 2 hours, but I was like, that reminds me, I need to delete the other thing that I downloaded that I'm paying for.
Do you know what? That's the thing. There's costs attached, isn't there? We half subscriptions every month, like because we're obviously in this together, and we have to use some systems that cost a bit of money, and we're investing in this, and we're hoping that we're going to get continue to get a good return. But the sort of tech side of things can definitely be a pressure cooker. And I will get messages from Luce being like, I'm just trying to edit this episode and this has happened. I'm like, right, okay, what can we do with it? How is it working?
We lost Becca on the first one.
We did.
And then I'm on Jack. That's when I used to stay on the episodes, guys, till 4 o'clock in the morning because I was fretting. Now I go to bed.
And I
I'm
remember
absolutely fine.
Season 1, it was like a 4 a.m. jobby every time, and I was like, get to bed. And now it's like much more chilled from like your end, which is good. And like we've said, and I remember saying this to you right at the start when we were talking about how we were going to work out, the roles and responsibilities, like with the time side of things. And when it was confirmed that you would do the editing side of it, I remember saying to you, like, you're going to just be able to upskill yourself. Imagine the skills you're going to be able to have, like, off the back of this. And you've improved and progressed so much. One day we've said that I will have a little go at it, but I'm quite happy at the minute just to do all the prep and the admin and all the other bits. The Riverside side of it, I am actually happy for you to keep control of.
That's fine. Now, I have thought about doing a little bit of a quick fire, and I won't lie, ChatGPT mostly put this together.
We love Jack. I can never even say it. We love him. When we want a little bit of a quick win, we do go to him, don't we?
Yeah.
We call it him as well.
So I thought, I don't know, shall we have a go at this?
Yeah, and I've got the episodes, like I said, to just remind myself and refresh myself.
Well, I'm going to go off my brain.
I'm going off.
It's not.
I'm going off this. I want to get it right.
We'll see who we come through. We're going to just see what ChatGPT has thrown us, and we're going to throw out a question, and then we're going to put a guest to that. Who would that be, basically? So the first one is, which guest would survive a zombie apocalypse? I'm going Richie.
I'm going Amy. She's a warrior.
She's a warrior, but Richie is also a veteran. That's why I went. And he's been homeless, and I feel like he really like give it big guns. I can see him like coming down like boom, 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 boom.
He'd love it. I think and he'd probably have a film crew there as well.
Yeah. Oh, which guest would give the best dating advice? I'm gonna let you go on that one first.
Oh,
I feel like
okay.
I
Let
need
me
to
have a
get my
little.
apple up.
Let me look. Let me see. Let me remind myself.
Also, our podcast is available on all podcast platforms,
Yes.
not just Apple.
Apple, Spotify, everyone you can think of. I'm going with Mel, our astrologer.
Oh, okay, but she doesn't really. She's gone on a different. She's like moving away.
I know.
Anyway,
I know.
yeah,
I was reading all her posts. I was like, I'm so excited for you.
yeah, I can't even find our own podcast. I'm gonna go best dating advice. I'm gonna go with Becca. You know, I think it's because when she was my coach, she had no choice, so she got all the dating stuff anyway. So it's like, so I've done this set today, and I'm going on a date tonight, or da da da. So yeah, I'll go with Becca.
Okay, so we've gone Becca and we've gone Mel.
Answer the phone at 2 a.m.
Jess from our first episode, or Jess stripper dress because she might have just finished work. Both Jesses.
Yeah.
Do you know who as well? Spud.
I was going to say Spud.
Spud would definitely answer his phone.
I'm sure about that. My cat was shouting at me. Anyway, yeah. Jess Roof, if she's under. I'm going to go for and Spud. So, accidentally go viral. I'm going to go with Amy, the last Amy, with the cancer.
Rainbow Amy.
Yeah,
Rainbow
definitely.
Amy.
If no one's checked out her page, like she has got some cracking videos of her dancing and all sorts.
Yeah.
Like literally go and have a look at that one.
Chasing Rainbows, isn't
Yeah.
it? I mean, and listen back to her episode because it's also a fantastic one.
Uh,
Like they all are, guys.
Yeah. Be best in a crisis.
Ooh, okay. Maybe Leah, because
Mhm.
she is very mentally strong. She's physically strong, and obviously she's building a fantastic career. Already has got a fantastic career, and I feel like for her age, she's got such a good head on her shoulders, and I feel like she'd be calm and collected in a crisis. Also, my Rob is very good in a crisis.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Claire. I think Claire will have like a really steady, like, and
Yeah,
fun.
I agree.
Yeah,
Yeah, and fun. You're in a crisis, but we can have a laugh.
that's what we need. That's what we need. Make you cry laughing on a night out. Definitely Bobby Pins, Rob.
Yeah.
There's a few. There's definitely a few guests. I think a lot of our guests would have us all laughing, but
Yeah.
being the showman that he is as well and the entertainer.
Also, Jay is hilarious.
Oh,
We've been on nights out with her, so
Jesus.
Jay, 100%.
Yeah, Jay, and also Spud. There's me loads. There's loads. There's all of you.
We
100%.
have talked about this, if we make it to our, so we said this right at the start, if we make it a year and we turn 1, we are going to throw a little party, aren't
Yes,
we?
we're going to have a party.
So we're going to invite all our previous guests and maybe have a few, obviously, other people as well. But then we'd be able to get all in a room and we can prove who's going to make us the laugh the most.
Right. Give the best motivational speech. I'm going to go, I think Liz. It's so odd. Again, it's so odd. I'm just picking. People, please don't get offended. I'm going to go with Liz. It could be Mooney there as well. We've also got Leanne. She does a lot.
Yeah.
Who are you going for? I've just mentioned 3.
I feel I'm just trying to think motivational.
Jenny as well with the PMDD.
Amy or Rainbow
Oh God,
Amy.
yeah, Rainbow Amy, and also Amy. Everybody,
Yeah.
everybody. That's what we'll go. Like I say, Amy, with Donnie and that, like, and the
Yeah.
kids.
Do you know also who would give a great motivational speech? Kat and Charlotte.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone. Who changed your perspective the most? What's perspective?
Like your outlook, like after listening to their story, like who? But I think maybe the best thing to say is who had the biggest impact. Like maybe we could do that
It's hard.
instead.
That's really hard.
It's really hard. God. Obviously, I've mentioned Daryl already. I really there's something about his story that I just find incredible.
Yeah. I'm going to Steph's a bit as well.
Yeah,
With the suicide, and I didn't realise you can, lose a leg.
lose a
Do you
leg.
know what I mean? Like, I'm waking up not wanting to be here,
Yeah,
and then losing a leg at the same time and dealing with that. I think maybe I could relate to that.
yeah. I was gonna
So
say,
that's where I was a bit like, whoa.
yeah, like that's really too
Like,
close, sort of thing.
Yeah, I was talking about that a lot with people afterwards. People go, "How's your leg?" And I'm like, "Wow, I met this girl."
Yeah, yeah, but
Like,
that's exactly what it is. It's like that. It's
yeah,
like kind of like going, oh wow, okay. Do you know what? Obviously, Spud for me as well because I had my tarot card reading.
yeah.
So that was a different episode in itself, and obviously that was very deep and very raw and very real. So that completely has changed me slightly. Not massively in terms of like I'm a completely different person, but there's things we spoke about that is on a little list somewhere that I'm just
Yeah.
focusing on, if that makes
It's
sense.
odd. Everyone's made an impact, 100%.
Yeah.
Absolutely every single guest, like we say. But yeah, it's
That
just
y-
what sticks at the moment, doesn't it?
and
Who would you want in your chorus?
you said sorry, and I was gonna
I
say
know,
something.
sorry, I'm just going to carry on.
I was like, brilliant. Okay, I'll keep that point to
Go
myself.
on, go on. I did think that afterwards. I was like, why haven't I just done that?
We'll pick this up in our debrief
No,
meeting.
go on, please. I'm curious now. I want to know what you said.
Yeah, but now it's going to be shit. Now I can't
No,
remember
go
what I
on.
was going to say.
Oh,
No,
right,
it was
can't remember.
organic.
It must have been a lie.
Lost it.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. I was going to say about Mooney because obviously when he said that like line of I went to the hospital and I got given 2 days to, and I was like, what?
Yeah.
Like that, like my God. And then also I was really. It was like not a perspective shift, but when we were talking about Jess's career as a stripper,
Oh, yeah.
that just really interested me like so much. Like that was really interesting. And then original Jess, when she was talking about her experience being in remand and this, that and the other, like that again, and her addictions, for being the first episode, I was like, I feel so like it was such a out of body experience to be talking and hearing firsthand about the stuff that I usually read in like magazines or I listen to other podcasts to get information about. So, and I think that's what's so good about our just amazing guests and them sharing is I'm learning firsthand and speaking to people firsthand about things I would normally listen to on someone else's podcast or I would normally read in a magazine like back in the day or whatever, and you read
and
the
like
real life
Megan as
stories.
well.
Yeah.
This disabled child and then going through all that, like losing babies, like
Yeah,
and not getting the help that you just naturally think that's out there.
yeah,
Again, relatable for a lot of people.
yeah.
Maybe it's just my algorithm, but yeah. I seen a lady get stuck on a train again the other day who's disabled and have to pull the red thing because no one came to get her. And apparently I'm all right to plan a journey. Anyway,
Yeah.
that's a different rant, going to tribunal about that. I don't know if I'm allowed
Good.
to say that, but there we go. I don't know why I'm not allowed to. I am. Ha! Okay. Who would be most dangerous with a microphone and no filter?
It drunk or not drunk? Because Ali, I think when Ali's had a drink, she is wild. So I think if we gave her a microphone when she was drunk,
I think all of them, like a lot of them.
Josh would not be because he knows exactly how to work a microphone.
I don't say Spud because he knows that much.
Yeah,
And
it's true.
the things that come out of his mouth. Jay again, Jesus.
Jay. So
Um,
Ali, Jay, and Spud.
Yeah, definitely.
But Josh would be the one that would be able to command and use a microphone correctly.
But no, I think, yeah, But we've had some massive stories, and I don't want to forget like Georgia as well.
Yeah.
Obviously, with her mum, with the whole dementia thing, I think a lot of people can, relate to that, and she's doing some good movement as well. So yeah, check out.
Yeah, I love her little journey with her baby. And
Yeah, exactly,
yeah,
and motherhood and
yeah.
going through. So
So many relatable situations and stories, and just again, so lucky that we were able to like talk about it and ask the questions that people are probably thinking, oh, I'd like to ask that. They'd probably ask better. We probably have, we should do a listener question episode, where we tell people what the subject's going to be, and then we ask listeners to put in their questions.
yeah,
Literally idea thought of live as we're recording. But do you know what I mean? Like we could do that, because there's probably people that go, oh, I should have asked that, or I'd like to know that. But yeah, very lucky that we get to sit and just like ask away, and so far so good.
Yeah. And talking about our guests, so I think it'd be nice to see what they've got to say, as soon as we've just talked about them.
Yeah.
And obviously their voice notes, which we have mentioned. So obviously we reached out to our guests, and we only gave them not long to get back to us. So we do apologise to people who haven't managed to say their piece, but there'll be another one.
Yes.
And we asked things about there's anything in their mindset they're living right now after coming on the pod, like any mantras, what's changed in their lives since coming on the podcast, where it's changed their perspective on anything, any red flags they see about people that's like highlighting to them. I don't know, just asked a load of questions.
We just asked a load of questions and said, pick one, and we're now going to hear what they've said. We haven't pre-listened to these. We know who sent them, but we've not listened to them. So we're just going to see what they say. So
yeah.
Let's go.
So, first of all, this is Claire, and Claire was our episode when we spoke, obviously, about miscarriage and IVF. So let's hope this works. This is literally live.
Love this, ladies. This is a weird one. When I recorded the miscarriage podcast, when the miscarriage happened, I got given a rosebush. Jesus Christ, I've carried the burden of keeping that rosebush alive for 7 years. About a week after I recorded my podcast with you ladies, the rosebush is dead, gone. So I think what has happened by recording the podcast with you guys, I've just brought complete closure to that chapter, closure that I didn't even know I needed. And the pressure of the rosebush has now gone, because that's died, and I think that's just the sentimental value gone. I've never been so happy that a rosebush has died.
Oh, I got goosebumps. I love that. I did that. That is literally what we've been speaking about as part of this episode already. That there's like stories and feelings and closure and all this kind of stuff that they didn't even think they needed to do or hear, and that kind of connection with the rosebud bush dying, and she's connecting that to having closure. Like that's just amazing.
Moving on.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Claire. And R.I.P. Rosebush.
R.I.P. Rosebush. Right, now I'm trying to find Danielle. I've wrote them down in my notes, so not to forget everybody.
And Danielle, we had talking about ectopic pregnancies, which again, eye-opener for us, wasn't it? Education.
Oh God, and in fact she went through 2 as well, everyone.
So the mantra, like mindset that I'm currently living by right now, I think with everything going on in the world, and I've got my wedding coming up in less than 4 months now, is very much, it is what it is. One of the most dangerous mantras I think there ever is. And that is me.
Oh,
is what it is.
Yeah.
I like that. And that can be sort of applied to so many different situations and feelings. What you were saying, we try not to sweat the small stuff almost. Like, it is what it is. Bit of echo, bit of this. I don't know, your day's not gone quite right, but is it life-changing almost? Do you know what I mean? But yeah, I like that. It is what it is. And it always reminds me of blooming Love Island. But
yeah, it is what it is.
Is what it is. But yeah great mantra.
Yeah, see, we have Leanne. She has done a little video, but
Okay, and Leanne,
uh,
just to remind everyone,
yeah.
Leanne was on around toxic relationships. She had brain aneurysms. She had a lot going on, and she does some really good work as well, speaking out for people who are in. What? Oh,
Go on.
no, I
Sorry.
was just going to say, it's called something, isn't it? When she was in that relationship and then out of it.
It's like that toxic attachment thing. isn't it? I
Yeah, go
forgot
back
what
and
it's
listen to her
called.
episode though, because it's really
Yeah.
interesting. But hi, Leanne, let's see what Leanne has said.
I was happy 6 months of becoming Lucy. Oh my God. Honestly, now when I think back how wild it is that not only did you let me talk about my aneurysm, but you let me talk about the fact that I was creating Friends That Know. And since then, I have created Friends That Know. And now I have a community of 104 people in it. I have a sold out event and major plans. And I'm putting all my time and effort into it. And it is amazing. But maybe if I hadn't have said it on the podcast, I wouldn't have actually followed through. So you really helped me there. And you made it funny. My advice to anyone else is what you resist persists. And I think I couldn't find my calling until I stood up and faced the fact that part of my life is abuse and post-separation abuse. And I needed to take the elephant in the room and make it into a fucking safari park. And that's what I've done. And I thank you guys for giving me a platform to do that and making me feel welcome and comfortable. Keep going, because you're bloody epic.
Oh, love
thank
that.
you.
Thanks, Leanne. And yeah, post-separation, that's what I was looking for before.
Post-separation abuse, wasn't
Yeah.
it?
And yeah, amazing. And we definitely are pros, not pros as in like pros. I meant like pro our guests promoting and advocating what they're doing, because it all stems from the situations they've been in and the trauma they've suffered. So they're setting up businesses or coaching or like, you know, life skills or whatever to help people, and that's what we do in the pod. So to be able to like come on, talk about your story and then complement it with obviously business adventures or things like that, like we're really proud to support, and we always tag everything. We always tag charities and anything they're doing that's working towards helping people because of what they've been through. We are all for. So I'm so pleased to hear that Friends That Know is doing really well.
Yeah.
Well done,
Sold
Leanne.
out as well. Amazing.
Sold out, amazing. And yeah, fantastic. And Leanne was again someone that we didn't know. She reached out to us, she found us, she listened to us, she liked us, and you know, still does by all accounts. So thank you, Leanne.
Yeah. And we got Liz next.
So Liz was our lovely guest whose stepdaughter unfortunately committed suicide, and it was talking about her navigating the relationship with her stepdaughter's dad when it happened. You know, and her feelings.
Side,
her side, and that was the most important message, really.
That
like,
touched a lot of people. That really got deep.
Yeah.
So,
and that's
in a good way.
Yeah, and that's one of our reels and episodes that has done some numbers, and we're still, like Lucy said, notifications every day with people commenting and liking. And I think with Liz, she was such a lovely lady, and you could just tell she was so genuine. And it was really interesting off the back of Jay's episode that we had recorded before. We were hearing it from Jay as a daughter when she found her dad. Liz's was a step removed. She was part of this whirlwind in the family that were going through this traumatic situation, but it was how it affected her. And it was a really fantastic episode. So let's see what Liz has got to say.
Good morning, you lovely ladies. It's Liz here. And super excited to leave you a message. Since doing the pod and talking about the loss of our beautiful girl, Sinead, you've really helped me to move on and draw a line under where I was in life for like 4 or 5 years, been just looking after everybody else. So now it's about looking after me. And my mindset at the moment is just try it. Just try it. Just see how it works out. And that's really helped me to start trying different things about what is becoming Liz all about. And that's down to you lovely ladies helping me, making me feel seen, making me feel heard. The post that we did on Instagram has hit over 1,000 likes and 140,000 views so far. And every day I'm getting notifications that people have watched it and liked it. So the message is getting out there, reaching people. So congratulations on 6 months. And I can't wait to see what the next 6 months has in store for you guys. Well done and congratulations.
Oh, so nice.
It's
Aw.
like Christmas, this, isn't
Yeah,
it?
I
Like, I must say really nice things.
Yeah, it's so
But not through them
nice.
all yet, then.
Amazing. Oh, love that. Thank you, Liz.
Yeah, and then next we have mentioned a couple of times then Jay. Jay actually gave 3 voice notes. We got a 4-second one, a 53, and then wait there, it needs more energy. I'll do it again. And then I've got a
Oh, I love it. I can't wait. Well, Jay, we've just literally mentioned her. So Jay
Yeah.
came on, one of our sort of friends we used to work overseas with. We knew she'd be a great crack, despite the
Yeah.
subject matter being really tough. At one stage, her cat walked across the screen, and we were talking about pussies. We were talking about her lovely fiance, and we just, it was really nice and interesting to get to Jay's vulnerable side, and she talked about putting masks up and this, that, and the other, and she went
her
through
own journey as well.
Yeah, and
which
her
we didn't even know about.
Yeah, with alcohol addiction and things like that, and off the back of
suicide.
finding her dad, who had committed suicide, and kind of how much respect and love she's got for her mum, and it was it was great, and I'm sure this message is going to make us laugh.
I'm sure it is. I feel like I want to play the 4-second one first, just to see what happens.
Yeah, Lou. Oh, hang on a minute, I've left it silly on.
Here we go.
Hey, Lou. Hey, Hannah. Yeah, I just want to say, background from the podcast. Thank you so much for having me on it, honestly, because afterwards I had like old school friends I hadn't spoken to. I'm 36, so I'm 37, but look 21. Reach out to me and say, like, oh, should we go for a drink when I meet up? There's so much we need to catch over. Since then, I've been out for bottomless brunch with them. My mum's gone for a facial with one of them. Absolutely, like, these things wouldn't have happened without that podcast, so I can't thank you enough. Also, on the back of what things have changed since the podcast, before I did mention to you, I was on a step up to team leader process. I've since successfully passed that, and I'm a fully fledged team leader. So life is on the up. But honestly, girls, keep doing what you're doing, keep smashing it. Like, honestly, you're doing an absolutely brilliant job, and I adore you both. Take care, girls.
Oh, amazing. And some career news for Jay. She's now team leader, and just saying that like people reached out to her and got in touch that she hadn't spoke to for ages, and then they're now enjoying like social events
all what
together.
we're about, isn't it? Like we always say it, like meeting people in real life, getting that community back. Stop being online. I know we do this online, but you know what I mean. But it's just like, it's just an easy way to do it online. But if you just meet people in person and get together, I think I know I'm on my phone a lot. I would generally really like a weekend or a week where the whole internet goes down and everyone has to get out.
Yeah.
Imagine how much productive like you'd be.
Yeah, I mean, I totally get that sentiment. I think what's so difficult is that everything is online now. So the productivity side of it.
You have that notice, but everyone has all that time off work, like COVID. Do you know what I mean? And like, you just have that 2 weeks off.
Yeah, I would take it. I would absolutely take it. 100%.
But you only have 2 weeks off if you don't have any internet.
Yeah. No, I agree. If there were, I think I was just suddenly going to like life admin mode, and I'm like, I would love to do that.
Yeah, but you're not allowed to do life admin.
I think that's so nice that now Jay is like basically back talking to old school friends, and it's off the back of sharing her story and being so vulnerable. And people that she went to school with probably had no fucking idea that she felt that way. And then they've reached out, which is also so lovely of them to kind of listen and go, do you know what, I'm going to reach out and see if it's okay.
Well.
Yeah, going for little facials, and amazing. That's so good, and congratulations on the promotion, Jay. That's very good news.
Right, next we have Jenny. So Jenny was the PMDD, which we have learned so much about. Like, I had no idea about PMDD. I did, but not to that scale.
Yeah.
And like,
we were just knew before Jenny, we just related it to Vicky Patterson, because Vicky Patterson has PMDD and she's a real big advocate for it, and we were sort of like, right, okay, that's the only thing we know. And Jenny really opened our eyes, didn't she?
Oh yeah, the fact it takes like like 10 to 13 years to even get like diagnosed, and then like you basically don't feel normal unless you're on your period, pregnant, or menopausal.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Right. So here's Jen, and obviously she's had I can never say it. Elevate.
Yes. Yeah, Elevel. Sorry,
Elevelle.
Jenny. We will have to like
we
spell
we
it
did this
out.
on the pod, didn't we, as well? So
Yeah.
she started that business since as well. So let's
Hopefully
see what
she'll
she
say
says.
it.
Yeah.
Hi, Lucy and Hannah. This is Jenny. When I came on the podcast in December to talk to you about my PMDD experience, I was really close to launching my business, Eleval, and that's the most exciting thing that's happened to me since I was on the pod. We went live in January, and I'm just so proud of the platform that's been built. We have an incredible roster of expert contributors contributing their knowledge and expertise to the platform, a consultant obstetrician and gynecologist, a chartered clinical psychologist, workplace hormone educators, and some amazing specialists across health, life, and career. We've run awareness events on PMDD and endometriosis. We have a series helping women navigate workplace challenges. And right now we're midway through the perimenopause shift, which is a 7-part live program with experts helping women understand what's actually happening in their brains and bodies in perimenopause and how this can impact work, life, and relationships. If any of your listeners are navigating any of this and this sounds helpful, you can check us out at elevel.co.uk. Thanks.
There we go.
I love that. And that was a great spiel, Jenny. It definitely had me thinking, okay, when I get to that stage, I need to check it out because it sounds like it's going to have everything I need for when I'm in that section of my life.
Yeah.
But no, fantastic. And I'm really glad that it's happening and she's doing so well. And yeah, like I said, it really taught us a lot about PMDD, and I can't say endometritis, so I just call it endo.
Endometriosis. That's one thing I can say, and you can't. Still can't spell envelope. So. But yeah, I'm glad Jenny also went Elevel. I don't know why I can't. My brain just won't.
Yeah.
Apologies. But yeah, anyone who needs to find Jenny, you know where she is. And also, you're not listening to our stories right on now, but she has got like 3 things you can download. So our next voice note is Amy Draper.
Amy, let's do a little intro like we have done with the other ones. So Amy, we've spoken about, is our first kind of, I'd say, like viral. I've done that in inverted commas again, where her story just flew. And when we were recording the episode with her, my God, it was emotional. My God, it was traumatic. But she just spoke so like eloquently. I loved her humor about things. She was just so
you just want to
brilliant
stay out with Amy, don't you?
Yeah, literally.
Like...
And what she went through, losing baby Charlie, having pregnancy issues all the way through, and then getting to little Don and being told and pressured that she needed to terminate, and everything in between. So we loved speaking to Amy, and she, again, I think will be one of those special place in our hearts in terms of just the work that she's done, and we were so pleased that her story was getting pushed out and getting the attention that it needed.
And like I say, Amy got in touch with us through watching Tink, who's
Yeah,
like her Botox lady. And again, I just want to mention Tink has just recently got engaged, hasn't she? So congratulations, Tink.
Yes.
So just pop that
excellent
in there.
engagement picture, by the way. Disney castle in the background. I
know.
messaged her saying, obviously, congratulations, yay, finally, because if you have listened to Tink's episode, you'll know that she was referencing that. And obviously, yeah, her and her now fiance have a fantastic relationship. And I think it's very, very great. Well, great news that they're engaged.
And it's funny, like, I'm just going to say this now, not to bring it back on myself. I had a reading many, many years ago, can't remember who it even was from. It's before I worked on Disney Cruise Line, and they said they could see me with Mickey Mouse ears in front of the castle with an engagement ring. They did Tink's reading, not mine.
They did Tink's reading, not yours, yeah. How dare they?
How dare they? I was so excited when I got Disney. I was like, I'll get engaged this year. No.
Well, congrats, Tink.
We are somebody else.
Lucy is genuinely very happy for you.
Yes. Right. And obviously going back to Amy. This is what Amy's got to say.
Hi, wonderful ladies. I hope you're all okay. I just want to let you know that I think you've absolutely smashed it with this podcast, sharing real life stories and giving normal people a voice. So thank you for that. My mantra for life is, and mindset really is, what's for you won't miss you, and God's got you if you love him, really. So yeah, keep doing what you're doing, girls. You're smashing it. Loads of love, Amy Draper.
Aww.
Oh, thank you so much, Amy.
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah, we've been like we said earlier, kind of keeping tabs on what she's getting up to, and messaging when all these sort of episodes was coming out, and all the shorts and everything, and the reels, and we were.
I've tried to get her on this morning, so if you're listening
we
this
did.
morning, you've not got back to me yet. I sent 2 emails.
We've literally sent emails, haven't we, to say, 2, like you said, we said 2, being like, we've got this really great girl. She was on our podcast. We think we've got a fantastic story for you. So yeah, let's see. The researchers from this morning, we are still waiting for a reply.
Yeah. And Happy Place and anything else that we've emailed. Anyway, just to put it out there for the universe.
Yes,
try us this week, I'm free. And our last message, which is 2 minutes and 40 seconds, is from, I'm going to say Spud, Jason, for people.
Yeah.
I think we called him Jason. I don't know if we called him Spud.
Well, I
called
asked him,
Spud.
didn't I?
Yes, you did.
I was like,
yeah.
what do I call you? And then he went round the answers of that, and then he ended with Jason. And I was like, right. And again, little intro for Spud/Jason. So he is one of Lucy's very, very best friends, and he's a tarot card reader. So we wanted to get him on to be able to give me a reading, but we also wanted to get to know him. And this was our longest episode by far. It was a fantastic episode, really funny. He's a great guy, and what I will say, I absolutely loved my tarot card reading. It was accurate, it was raw, it was real, it was honest. He just said some things that he would never have known about me. Lucy doesn't even know or didn't know. She was crying on the episode. I was crying on the episode. And yeah, he's one of our biggest fans, and we love him for that. And yeah, Lucy, obviously, he's one of your best friends.
Yeah, so I don't know what's going to be said. It's either going to be really, really good, or you always say we have to delete things. This could be
This
one.
could be deleted, yeah. Come on, Spud, do us proud.
I'm talking of his episode off it, honestly. When I say it was long, I'm talking it was like 3 hours bloody long.
And then
that's been cut down to an hour and a half.
So Lucy obviously edited that, and then her and Spud then stayed on the phone. So we did all the episode, stopped recording. I was an emotional wreck. I was like, right, it's actually really draining doing the episodes, isn't it? Because you're concentrating, you're talking, you're getting edgy. It's brilliant. Anyway, for this one, I was like, I'm going. And then Lucy was like, yeah, me and Spud stayed on the phone for another 2 hours. I was like, we just had a fucking 3-hour conversation. How the fuck are you speaking for another 2 hours?
Honestly, he rang me the other day. It's like, I've got 5 minutes. I'm going to ring you. 2 hours later.
My God.
Like, honestly. Right, here we go.
Hello, Lucy and Hannah. How the fuck are you two? So you've sent these questions. I'm going to throw them at you. Yeah, first of all, amazing that you're even at this point. You've kept fucking going. You've kept entertaining us, but not just that. Making us fucking laugh. You know, your podcast gets me through some of the shittiest days, but also inspires me as a reader that, you know, I meet so many people with so many stories, but you guys get the time to really get to the depth. It's so interesting, and I'm just really honoured to have been a part of it. But fuck it, let's carry on. What mantra or mindset are you living by right now? It's grab on to the horns of life and ride that bitch to the end, which means we only have one life. Live it, grab the fuck on and ride it straight through, face everything, head the fuck on. That's my mantra. That's my mindset. Next, tell us something exciting that's happened in your life since being on the pod. I've met someone very special. And so that's something very exciting for me since the time I was on the pod. Life was crazy and it's finding its grounding. So that's awesome for me. Yeah. So did coming on the podcast change your perspective on anything afterwards? You guys empowered me. And I didn't even know I needed it. I've been through my shit, and I discussed some of that on your podcast. And you made me feel safe. You made me feel heard. And I felt, you know, no more hiding, because just because people try to bring you down, I talk about grabbing onto the horns, and you gave me a space to talk openly about how I was, you know, abused by people and attacked. And I was able to get my story out, my voice heard. And my perspective was just never slip into fear. And I didn't realize how I had been until I was able to be given that forum by you two to really delve into that. So thank you for that. And what's a red flag people should stop ignoring? People need to listen to their fucking intuition. You know, that inner knowing, you know, that gut feeling, you know, where spirit's like, knock, knock, knock. Are you fucking listening? No, you're not. That's the red flag. You don't need to look at all the red flags of the world. All you need to do is look within and listen. Listen. Guys, you're fucking legends. Much love. Bye from me.
I love
There
that.
we go.
Thank you,
He answered
Spud.
all the questions.
Well done. Top A-star student. No, that was so lovely. And thank you so much for all of our guests who sent those voice notes. And even as that haven't, it doesn't matter. Coming on to our podcast, we're immensely grateful, and it's just amazing. And I feel so like hearing those messages.
I know, it's lovely, isn't it?
Really
So-
nice. Like what what do you feel off the back of them?
Do you know, it's quite exciting, isn't it? Like, I hope like other people have appreciated it and we're just not sat here like lapping it all up. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, oh, tell us something more nice about us. But no, hopefully people can, kind of relate. And I think it's nice because it has been hard work. You do think, obviously we are going to keep going, but it's like, where next? And I think that's probably leading into, as we always ask these questions, who were we 6 months ago? And I think by hearing those messages, it's like, we're doing the right thing. We really enjoy it.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? Like, we look like we're closer than ever by doing this. It's like those connections Jay spoke about, like other people are getting in touch with us who you probably wouldn't have even spoke to. So, and they're the people who are reaching out. So I think we're just learning, aren't we? We are just literally, I'm not just saying learning about the podcast, we're learning what path we want to do. Like we spoke about it on Charlotte and Kat's episode. We've still got over 30, 40 years, but you don't need to have those like dreams cemented and you need to reach this. You know, we're just enjoying it. And I'm so glad that we both did it.
Yeah, 100%. And I think that that initial me getting over that kind of initial start of it where I was a little bit more like, okay, well, you know, and then actually ripping that plaster off was the best thing that I could have done, and suddenly not caring what people think, because that definitely was my biggest battle with this, because it was like, I wanted to do one for years. Like, this would be amazing. Like, I love, you know, what people going to think of me. And like knowing that that's just disappeared, like it's so like freeing. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's so freeing not to have that in my head. And that's down to the podcast, because it was just something that like we got off the ground, and that's it now. And sometimes when we have those moments of like, you know, are we going to change things up? Are we going to keep going? And we it's never a big question. It's just almost like, right, what can we do to sort of move things along, basically. And if I get that seed of doubt, I'm like, well, it's too fucking late now. There's about fucking 50 episodes out. Do you know what I mean? I'm a bit like, you know, let's keep going. Let's just keep going. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's just so lovely to kind of get that validation as well from like our guests, and the things that we thought we created, like safe spaces. We did. People are saying, yes, you did.
And it's nice to hear those nice things from like just that handful of guests we've had on. So like I say, it's nice when we get those messages. So we just keep cracking on. I've got to say, you've got a lovely view behind you there. The sky's looking really
it's looking
nice.
lovely, isn't it? Yeah. Well, I'm on this side nowadays, because my other side, had empty picture frames in for a while. It
Yeah.
was my wedding wall. The pictures are now in there, but Rob likes me sitting this end as well because he can come into the kitchen and go into the fridge. Whereas before he used to have to wait, and obviously these episodes sometimes are a good couple of hours, and
Yeah.
then we have a chat after or we have a chat before. So actually now I'm at this end. But thank you for pointing out the sky.
It's all
but yeah,
right.
I think it's definitely like making me feel like warm inside, and I think that
It was
it
needed.
it
'Cause
gives this
again,
boost.
we
Yeah,
didn't know we were going to do this 6 months episode.
Nope.
Again, behind the scenes, we had a guest, things happened in the background. We're like, oh, we'll just do our 6 months episode.
Yeah.
And I think it's just been nice to kind of recap, uplift us, know where we're going, and to hear those lovely messages, which I'm glad that we kind of reached out last minute to people, because I think it's really put a nice little mark at the end of this episode.
Yeah. I totally agree. I think it's just given us that boost that we needed. And I think that, we are going to carry on. So look out for our social spam. It's going to continue.
You're still... And on that note, please like, subscribe, share.
Please.
And then we get more guests on, because we still don't really know what we're doing. So apparently if we get more subscribers and people like us, people see us, and then people sponsor us, and then people get in touch with us to come on the show. So just do like a little simple thing. It's free.
Just super proud of us, and celebrating our little 6-month birthday. And we're just so grateful for everyone that listens, watches, supports, and all that malarkey in the background.
I'm just laughing because Hamish has literally come up to say,
He's ready for bed.
Hello, I was not here at the start of the podcast. You've not mentioned me.
Hey, we should mention as well when Loki always scratches the door exactly at 10 o'clock.
Exactly.
But Hamish is ready for bed. He's starting to now get on Lucy's lap and be like, right, switch off now.
You haven't mentioned me. I wasn't here. You were tossing up between me and Ruben, and I won.
And I was always for you, Hamish.
Yes.
Remember that.
Yes.
Right. Well, I think that's it. I think we've done everything that we wanted to do.
There we are. 1 hour and 11. Now it's 1:12. So that's goodbye from me.
And goodbye from me. And we'll see you on the next episode.
Yeah.
Bye.